Here we are, Cheekies and Pete's in South Philly on a Tuesday. Normally here on a Monday, but it's Monday Night Football, so we're here on Tuesday. Birds win. Ike, I said to you, I think it was during a commercial break, yes during yesterday's show, I said, here's what I want from the Eagles tonight. I was like, they got to give me a game where they're hitting on all cylinders and they win, and I could just go to bed totally fine with a smile on my face, or they got to lose. Mm-hmm. I was like, I can't have any of these games where I'm a little bit pissed off after the game. Well, they didn't live up to it, but they did give us a win, and it's always hard to win at Lambeau Field. Those guys get paid too. Big win for the Eagles last night, Ike. Big win.
Yes.
Big win.
Yes. Hey, listen, was not pretty. Was not pretty, and we'll dive into the particulars, but the fact of the matter is they left Green Bay with a W. They're 7-2, and there's always room for improvement. I didn't expect that to be an easy game last night. I expected the offense to look a little more reminiscent of what they did the last time we saw them a couple weeks ago in those last two games against Minnesota and then the was it the New York Giants?
The Giants.
Yeah, the New York Giants. But the defense, how could you not be impressed with what you saw from that defense last night? Jaelan Phillips, welcome to Philadelphia, my brother. Welcome.
What a debut.
To the city of brotherly love. I don't know if you could have had a better debut. Maybe stripping the ball and scoring the game-winning touchdown, like from a defensive standpoint, maybe that would have made it better. Other than that, this guy out there last night, you could tell he was excited to be in the new environment that he's in. He has an opportunity to do something he hasn't done as a professional just yet, which is go out and win a championship. He wants to be a part of this thing, and last night he ingratiated himself not only with the city of Philadelphia, because we're going to love anybody that plays hard and relentlessly the way that Jaelan Phillips seemed to play last night, but to his teammates. Coming in as a big high-price trade guy, former first-round draft pick. They gave up a third-round pick. He's supposed to be coming in to somewhat save the day or rescue our ailing pass rush. Not everybody necessarily would receive that very well. I tell you what, but when you go out there and produce, they're going to welcome you with open arms. And last night, like I said, this kid gave us a great debut as a Philadelphia Eagle. And that defense last night on the road in Green Bay came up with big stop after big stop. The offense made a couple plays late in the game. Saquon got loose. Jaylen hit Devontae for the touchdown. But the defense brought us home. The defense brought us home last night. That's the biggest takeaway I take away from the game last night, is that if this is the type of defense that we can build upon and play over the second half of the season, I feel very good about our chances come January trying to get to February in Santa Clara. That's championship-style defense. I like that on the road. Let's not get mixed up and lost in the offense and not getting enough explosive plays and scoring touchdowns. I know that's what we're going to bellyache about today, and I understand it. Let's not get lost in that. Appreciate the type of defense we saw out there last night against that team in their stadium.
215-592-9494. So I mentioned that I was hoping for like this, and the defense was awesome. Mm-hmm. And Jaelan Phillips, it really just seemed like changed everything. I mean, they got a lot of pressure on the quarterback against the Giants, but last night, he was involved. Even the plays he didn't make, it seemed like he was involved in. And it just puts everybody, when you bring in somebody that performs at that level, it sort of puts everybody in their right place, right? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, Jalen Hunt doesn't have to be the best pass rusher out there. And I think they only had Nolan Smith out there for 20 snaps his first game back. But it just seems like everybody else, when you have the one guy who you know is the best guy out there, everybody else slots into the right place. So the defense was great. I think the biggest thing for me last night was it just finally hit me after the game. So I watched the game, and we'll get to it a little bit later on. I was truly pissed off about the decision, the fourth down decision with Sirianni. And I'm sitting there, and they won the game, and I just said to myself, I might have broken. It might just matter if they just win now. And it doesn't matter how it looks. Because it's just like week after week after week after week, I can say this is wrong or that's wrong. And the offense did not look very good at all. They had one really good drive, and that was about it. A couple of big plays in there. But maybe it's right. Like, maybe it just matters if they win, and it doesn't matter how they win. Because I don't know how many weeks I can come on the air and say it's not going to, because I did it last year, and I came in and I said it's not going to work if you don't do this, it's not going to work if you don't do that, and then 12 weeks later we were at the Super Bowl parade, and they clearly. Whatever it is, whether it is the collection of talent they have, whether it is Nick Sirianni, whether it's maybe it's the culture, maybe it's a combination of all those things, it just seems like they figure out a way, one way or the other, to win, and it might not always be pretty, but they won the frigging game, and that's the point. I just don't know, and we will have time to get into all the things that didn't look good, but I'm finally at the point where there is something to be said for even if you're not playing particularly well, even if you're not dominating the opponent, even if your pass game doesn't look great, if the run game, this, that, the other, they just won, and they figure out a way to win, and that is something that the greatest teams do, and they figure out a way to win.
Welcome. Yeah, I mean, crazy.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. It's like,
better late than never.
Yes, yeah, and I don't know what to say. And it doesn't seem like it just seems like they and maybe it is talent. Maybe you have enough good players to, if you don't make mistakes at a certain point, one of your good players is going to make some big play like Saquon did or like Devontae did.
Yep.
Or and the other thing is that I thought the defense was going to get better as the season went on, but I thought to myself, there's no way the defense is going to be good at any time this year. But this is 2 straight games, and they with the Jaelan Phillips edition, that maybe the defense is going to be good. And it's
big test coming up Sunday.
A huge test.
Big test.
And I also think the addition, I did not count on the addition of Nakobe Dean being as big as it seems like it's been. Because
we almost forgot how good he was last year.
Yes.
Through our excitement for getting Jahad Campbell.
Yes.
And everybody's thinking about the possibilities of what he could do and what he could be. And those things still remain true. But what also still remains true is that Nakobe Dean is the middle linebacker of this defense. He is virtually a captain on that side of the football, as he is the quarterback of the defense over there. And he often sets the tone over there when it comes to playing on first and second down as that chief run defender. Like, that's what he is. Spike, you were saying something there, and, in the moment of you speaking there, it dawned on me, right? It overcame me that, there's only 2 other teams that I can remember thinking about in that way in which you just explained how you just succumbed to what the Eagles' formula for success looks like and what it's going to be. And that was the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
They just win.
Yeah.
It's not always pretty. New England did it for 20 years.
Yes.
So that's a long time. But people forgetting those first 10 years, 5, 6 years of them winning, they just won. They just found ways to win. And if it meant Adam Vinatieri kicking a field goal late in the game, so be it. They didn't blow out everybody. They played great defense. They ran the football, and Tom Brady never made plays to lose games. He always made the right play. And that's in Kansas City. They've gone from being this explosive offense with Tyreek Hill and everything they did with win their first Super Bowl to this methodical, Andy and Patrick Mahomes sort of just scheming their way, dinking and dunking and playing good defense. They don't even have a running game. They didn't have a running game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire stunk as a running back. They found a way to win with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs found a way to win 3 Super Bowls in 5 years or whatever it was by just doing it different ways. And maybe that's where the Eagles are, that they finally have figured out it may not always look the way we wanted to look or expected to look, but in the end, they win the majority of the time.
They've won 6 one-score games this year.
They just win.
Of their 7 games.
That's what they do.
Yeah. 215-592-9494.
Just win.
Fritz,
it feels so good.
Fritz,
say it, Fritz.
Fritz, your new era of just enjoying the birds.
Yeah. Just enjoy them.
Not getting all wrapped up.
Don't take this for granted.
Stuff, you know?
That's right.
I'm day 2 in my Jalen sobriety.
Yes. And
only 1 relapse last night.
Wow. Well, 1 relapse in 1 day.
Well, it's hard to fit. I was wondering, it was the first time he had to get through an actual game.
Yes. How'd that feel?
It was good. It was good. I felt free in a way.
Yep.
And then he threw a duck that Devontae had to make a good play on, and it's like, come on, just pick it one time.
Here we go.
But anyway, it was one relapse. But other than that, I got to be honest. I hear all your happy horse bleep over there. It's great.
You mean Spike's happy horse?
Both years.
Yeah.
Kevin Patullo is going to cost his team a ring. There is no doubt about it. They went back to the conservative nonsense last night. And it's the coward's draw on 3rd and 12 when you have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback, who's a $51 million quarterback. Trust him to make a play. It was a lot of cowardice last night out of this offensive coaching staff. And my big concern today, I'm glad they won. For me, that was a great game. That was football.
That was not a great game.
That's the way football's supposed to be.
That's a great football game.
No.
But I feel way more today that this Patullo thing's still an issue. Like the Giants game threw us off the scent a little bit. There's still something off with this offense.
They're scoring 26 points a game going into last night, they were scoring 26 points a game on offense, and last year was 26.7. Yeah. And it's so crazy.
What do you mean? What's off with it? No, Jalen was a little off last night.
He was.
A little bit. But he chalked it up to the cold. When he needed big plays, one made big plays. But
He did.
But it was the 3rd and long runs again. It was
the
that
conservative
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of playing not to lose.
They do predate Patullo. The coward's draw predates Patullo.
It feels way more this year.
Does it?
It feels more this year. Does it feel like they've done that more this year?
Yeah. Now, maybe it's because we seem to be in more 3rd and long situations.
Well, we're in a lot of 3rd and longs.
Yeah.
They didn't really do that last year.
I don't know how many of those we had last year, but it seems like we're in a lot of them this year.
Well, it's because of the running game. We'll get into it. 215-592-9494. I am going to proclaim this. Even though, and I just want everyone to know who is listening, even though a win is a win, and I'm happy, and they just win, that is not going to preclude me from talking about the things that are good enough. I'm still going to do it, but still, they won.
Well, we're truth tellers.
Well, I got to be honest. All right.
Yeah.